Okay, so this is task number 9, faces. Um, I'm going to be doing a good chunk of what you're going to do from the task sheet, your actual task, which is fine. This one's just more for practice than really you toiling through a problem, which is perfectly all right after seeing the baseline information. So let's start here. I got a cube, and this well, technically a cuboid. And what we're going to talk about is how to divide and heal faces. So as you know, this is a face, this is a face, this is a face. This whole thing, all these faces put together, is the surface of this cuboid. And what I want you to think about with this is how we can take that, how we can take these faces and manipulate them. Because sometimes, yeah, it would make sense that we draw all the geometry of something out, bit by bit, piece by piece. However, a lot of times, it makes more sense to use the features contained within Sketchup. So, as you can see, I just created a line. It highlighted the midpoint, and I'm just going to draw it straight across, find the other midpoint, and put that line in. Haven't really changed that much. However, in SketchUp, what I've done is I've divided this face. And by virtue of dividing that, I can now manipulate this piece. Oops. I can now manipulate this piece, there we go, independently of this piece. I can get rid of it completely. I can make a step. So let's do that first. I can do the same on this side. And then the other thing is, I can still manipulate this entire side independently of the other two. I could also do this and bring it back out. So what I'm doing is, this is really showing how SketchUp uses a line and how that face can be altered or changed, and how you can then transform that in the three-dimensional space. With that said, so we're going to back up here a little bit. We're going to go back to there. One of the tools we haven't really talked about a lot is this move tool. We talked about how it can move groups, and if you're not careful, can really distort stuff. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So if you grab something, it can really make things crazy. However, with that face that we just, that divided face that we just created, what we can also do is select this line. And that distort, when used in a specific way, let's say keeping it perpendicular, let's zoom out a little bit, it kind of looks like a house. And why this is important is it's one of those, we can make a simple shape, use the power of SketchUp's tools, and then move forward quite rapidly to create other forms that we can then manipulate further. So I'm going to back out of this, back to there. So our move tool, we can really drag stuff around and distort geometry, but also when used in a concerted way or a specific way, we can. You can also see how this still applies in other axes or on other faces. So let's get out of that before we make too much damage to that. So back to our select tool, I can also get rid of this. So I had a face that I divided into two independent faces. So I divided it. And now let's grab our push-pull tool. I'm back to where I was. So that's dividing and healing geometry. There is a decent reading in the task module that really breaks it down even more. This is kind of the overview of how to use it. So that's pretty much all I have. This is task number 9, faces. Talk to you next time.